Hi again, Panther fans, and welcome to Georgia State Football Weekly with head coach Trent Miles. I'm Dave Cohen. Panthers on the road this week, heading to Troy, Alabama, going to take on the Trojans on Saturday afternoon. And Panthers trying to bounce back from a real tough one. 44-0, coach, the final score at Appalachian State. It was a miserable day, weather-wise, if you were on the losing end of that, and unfortunately we were.
Well, it was a miserable day football-wise.
Yeah.
Our kids, we were too soft. Let the weather affect us. Give Appalachian State their credit, and they beat us. They were tougher than us, but our kids, I thought, were too soft, and mentally they let the weather affect them. They were worried about staying warm and not worried about all the things that you're supposed to focus in on to win a football game. So they were a much tougher football team than us. And it's just disappointing that anybody can say that about you, that you weren't as tough as somebody.
Well, Appalachian State, obviously, overall, their opponents a little more used to the elements there. But, when your hands are that cold, and I'm not making excuses, tough to throw the football. And they didn't throw it that much, but they actually grinded it out with the running game, and we just weren't able to do that.
No, it's football.
Yeah.
There's no excuse. You play in all weather except for lightning. And our young men haven't experienced it, and they're going to have to learn how to do that. And it's my job to get them to understand that they've got to be tougher in the elements and not pay attention to the surroundings, but just focus in on what they've got to do to win a game. And it comes down to mental toughness and physical toughness, and we lacked that on last Saturday.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights. And again, this is up at Kidd Brewer Stadium in snowy and blustery Boone, North Carolina.
You can see right there dropping the ball on the opening kickoff, and the first time we've got it, and not being able to get as many yards as we could, messed up the whole timing of the return. Good run there to start off. I thought we were able to start off the game running the ball for the first few series, but then we couldn't hold on to it and kept putting it on the ground. Good job there by Trey Payne tracking down their back. Good job by Jarrell Robinson setting the edge.
Marcus Cox providing a problem all day for us.
Oh, yeah. Just not a good enough job being able to get off blocks and get into our responsibilities and make plays. That's a good job there by Sean Jefferson, getting off a block and making the tackle. There's a few. And a nice little stand there by Taurus Batiste and Trey Payne. Good job there by, looks like Tevin Jones tracking the back down, stand on line, and then here you got Nick trying to maneuver in difficult conditions and getting a pass completed to Joel Ruiz on third down. And here you see Donovan Harden on a punt return doing a really good job of breaking a tackle, making a guy miss, being able to get it back across the field and upfield. A really good gain on a punt return. It's probably the only bright spot, for our team on that day. We got a horse collar throw added onto it, but we were still unable to punch it in. Again, Ronnie Bell doing a good job running the read zone and getting positive yardage, getting down close to scoring. And when you get it down there, you got to punch it in. And we were unable to do that. Again, hitting Joel Ruiz on a pass coming back across the middle. But again, we're down there. Good run here by Gerald Howells, getting it close to the goal line, and then we put the ball on the ground again and are unable to get any points. And it's one of those things that not very happy about, and we're going to work hard to correct.
I think the closest the Panthers got down to the 3-yard line of that run by Gerald, just unable to get it in there. Stay with us. We're going to talk more with head coach Trent Miles, Georgia State at Troy this week, and you're watching Georgia State Football Weekly.
Okay, when you're on the job, you're making tough decisions around the clock. Well, here's an easy one. Ford F-Series. It's a fact. On average, every 42 seconds, someone forks over their hard-earned cash to get one. Just like that. And that. And that. No wonder they're the best-selling brand of trucks in America for 37 years in a row. Hey, there goes another one. See you in 42. Ford F-150. Ford Super Duty. #1 for 37 years straight.
Welcome back, Georgia State Football Weekly with head coach Trent Miles. Panthers on the road this week again. This is the second of 3 consecutive games on the road. Appalachian State at Troy and a little later on down the line, I know he doesn't want to talk about it now, but Death Valley against the Clemson Tigers. But we're just going to talk about Troy.
Yeah, thank you.
We got two football teams that are really, really hungry to get a win.
You'd like to think so. You know, we're pushing our young men, and they've responded well in practice. So, you know, we've got to just go out and show it on Saturday and play well, play tough. You know, if you haven't got my drift now about the toughness, you know, this has been a week of old-fashioned football and not worrying about keeping guys healthy and whoever is left standing by the end of the week will play on Saturday. So, you know, that's how we're approaching it, and we're demanding that's got to be a staple of our program is our toughness. Our young men have to understand that that's what we're going to be known for, and we're going to demand it, and we can't let them slide on it.
Coach, you've been coaching a long time, and the gentleman that will be on the other sideline is someone I know you have a lot of respect for. You talked about him earlier this week during your weekly media conference, and that's Larry Blakeney, who's been at Troy for 24 seasons. He's had a lot of success at a number of different levels as they've grown and built this program, just like you're doing here at Georgia State. But he's announced that he's going to retire at the end of the season.
Yeah, I have nothing but the utmost respect for Coach Blakeney. He's a wonderful person, excellent football coach. You know, you've seen him take that team from Division II into Division I AA, and then a new name of FCS, and then on into Division 1A with now a new name FBS. So you see the end zone copy when you're watching them on games at the home, and you see all the Sun Belt championships that they've won consecutively. I think it goes 2006, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You know, he's done, and the field being named after him. You know, it's well deserved, and I wish him the best in his retirement. I look forward to seeing him on Saturday.
Real quickly, and I know that we're really focused on Georgia State, just a couple of comment, if you would. And I remember him when we played him a year ago. Chandler Worthy, really he's a dangerous returner and one of their go-to guys as far as throwing the football.
Yeah, we'll have to cover him well on offense. We're not going to have to worry about him as a returner because we're not going to kick it to him. If we do, then we're going to find another kicker. But we'll have to find him on defense and defend him, and at the same time, we're going to have to stop the run.
Yep.
It is 469-8. That's what it was last weekend at Appalachian State. Their rushing yardage to our rushing yardage, and to me, that's just a sign of toughness and will. They impose their will on us, and so Coach Blakeney, they're not stupid. They're going to come out and try to run the ball on us, and we have to prove that we're tough enough to stop it, and we have to prove we're tough enough to run it. So that's how this game's going to go.
All right, Coach, appreciate it. Best of luck at Troy. We'll see you over there, and we'll see you back here next week.
Thank you.
All right, I want to thank Coach Miles. We'll be back with our final segment right after this on Georgia State Football Weekly.
Got him in group as a go.
Yes! Not just a startup, an upstart.
Gotta get going. Gotta be good.
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 Growth is the goal. How do we do that?
I talked to UPS. They'll help us out. New technology, smart advice. We focus on the business, and they take care of the logistics.
UPS.
Good going.
We get good. That's great.
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 I love logistics.
Back in our final segment here on Georgia State Football Weekly, I want to thank Coach Miles again for joining us. Georgia State at Troy this week. The interesting stat, if you want to look at this football game, is the Jekyll and Hyde aspect to the Troy Trojans. In 4 home games, they've averaged 423 yards on offense. In 5 road games, they've averaged 260 yards. So what does that say? Even though they're 1-8, they still are a better offensive team playing at home. Got to keep an eye on some running backs, Brandon Burks and Jordan Chun. And again, they've got another dual threat at quarterback in Brandon Silvers. 9 touchdowns total, 5 through the air, 4 on the ground. But looking forward to seeing how Georgia State bounces back from a tough one at Appalachian State. And they're going to need to run the football, and they're going to need to throw the football all over the field. Panthers have got the receivers to do it, looking for a big day throwing the football from Nick Arbuckle. So Georgia State at Troy, Saturday at 3, 2:30 airtime on the Georgia State Football Radio Network, 1340 The Fan 3 and 1230 The Fan 2 in Atlanta. We hope you'll tune in if you don't make the trip. I want to thank the entire crew. For Coach Miles, Dave Cohen, thanks for watching this week's Georgia State Football Weekly.